Right now on WHAS11 News at noon, historic flooding across Kentucky as the Commonwealth prepares recovery efforts. We get an update on when we can expect to see those floodwaters recede. And a major blow to the Kentucky Derby Festival as floodwaters force the cancellation of Thunder over Louisville. We'll explain why. Plus, our capital city underwater with a mandatory curfew in place. City officials warn that area may get worse before it gets better. Thanks so much for joining us here on this Monday. I'm Brooke Hash. The rain is out of here for now, but the danger is not over for the Commonwealth as we are dealing with record floodwaters. Governor Andy Beshear reporting 2 deaths, a child who died in Frankfurt and a woman who died in Nelson County. Well, today he says 1 person is missing, last seen boating in McCracken County. He said the majority of the rain has stopped, but now a plunge in temperatures could cause more problems.
Although we've seen the last of the major storms, the National Weather Service has told us that tonight is going to be problematic. This is going to be a dangerous night where temperatures fall, where it gets potentially below freezing. So if you're somewhere that's very wet, if you're trying to ride this out in a home that's had water tonight, could raise concerns of hypothermia. So again, find a safe place to go.
The governor said the levees in Frankfurt are holding and the water will recede in just a few days, but people in that area still need to conserve water. The governor urging people who can donate to help those in need through Kentucky's Storm Relief Fund, and you can find that on Team KY stormrelieffund.ky.gov. Well, some good news here locally in the metro from MSD. You no longer have to hold off on doing your laundry or dishes. The Metro Sewer District had asked residents to conserve water over the weekend after its sanitary system reached capacity. MSD reported a high number of calls were coming in about sewage backups in your basements, and right now 5 flood wall closures are in place and all 16 MSD flood pumping stations are active. MSD's Dane Anderson said this will be a top 10 event for the city of Louisville, similar to 2018, reiterating there's only so much you can do with the amount of water we've taken in and the age of MSD's pumps.
So we have a system here that's 70 years old. So all the equipment and pumps that we have are 70 years old. So it's like taking an old car, starting it up in the garage every month, and then all of a sudden you're going to put it on a road trip and run it across the country. That's essentially what we do.
Anderson said MSD crews are working around the clock. The Ohio River is expected to crest Wednesday morning, and then you can see the floodwaters gradually recede in the days following. Well, flooding at the waterfront has unfortunately canceled Thunder over Louisville. The Kentucky Derby Festival announced the news Saturday, saying it would be impossible to put on the event safely this year because of those floodwaters, which would make it impossible to stage barges on the Ohio for the fireworks and dive teams on the water during the air show. This is only the 2nd time in the event's history that it's been canceled. The first was during the COVID pandemic. And Matt, we are truly sorry. This cancellation, it hits all of us hard at the moment. We were your Thunder station this year and had so many fun things planned for our viewers this Saturday, but we know safety comes first.
Safety comes first, absolutely, Brooke. And also, too, the weather forecast looks very good for this weekend. I'm telling you, it was just really unfortunate timing for that flooding to happen. But the good news that we have right now with this weather forecast today, we are finally seeing the return of the sunny skies. You'll notice that we're having a lot of that cloud cover make its way further towards the east, and we're left behind with plenty of sunny conditions here in Kentuckiana. Now, here's a view of the waterfront. You'll notice just across from the 2nd Street Bridge, those waters are still gradually making their way further into River Road, with the Ohio River still expected to crest as we head into Wednesday morning. Right now, it's a bit of a chill out there. Temperatures are only in those upper 40s, winds out of the north at 8 miles per hour. Temperatures for the rest of us in between the upper 40s and the lower 50s. Just outside the city, we're at 45 in Bedford, 46 in Scottsburg, 46 in Bardstown, 47 near Mumfordville. And there are some alerts in place. Flood warning now expiring as we speak across Kentuckiana, but we do have a freeze warning in place until 10 a.m. and that is going to be that's in place because we have temperatures that will be dropping into the upper 20s as we head into our nighttime hours. So the afternoon still stays fairly nice, but then we're seeing some reinforcing cold air arrive as we head into our evening hours. Temperatures are dropping into those mid-50s and getting cooler and cooler as we head into the night. We're expecting lows to be around 28 degrees for tonight. We're going to have a full breakdown all about what you can expect for the next upcoming days here in just a few short minutes.
Matt, thank you. The amount of water flowing downstream of the Ohio is also causing some major concerns for other parts of our state. Carroll County currently under mandatory evacuation orders. Our Clary Shaley and photojournalist Aspen Hester saw that impact firsthand.
There has been a release at the Dix Dam that is directly impacting downstream.
Carroll County officials placing mandatory evacuations for some residents along the Kentucky River. This comes as serious flooding continues to wreak havoc across Kentuckiana. About 100 people are being evacuated from Carroll County.
This is a significant threat that should be taken seriously. If you fail to evacuate, there is no guarantee in the resources available to help you out.
I spoke with people in Carrollton close by this barricade on Clay Street. Water has already made it past a campground and lot next to the Kentucky River. The residents didn't want to go on camera, some saying they were too emotional with nerves, either preparing or worried about evacuating, while other residents I spoke to believed the news given by the mayor was blown out of proportion. Judge Executive Mike Humphrey says this is an unprecedented and unpredictable release of the dam waters. LG&E posted a statement saying this was a controlled release with a normal amount of water going to the river. South in Colesburg, water where front lawns used to be. It's one of the worst hit areas in Hardin County.
Me and my daughter and granddaughter left out in the... woke up with it and walked down the steps and stepped into about 3 feet of water.
Evacuations on Colesburg Road started very early this morning, and the water has only creeped up more since then. A lot of the homes back here are surrounded by water.
Sometime this week, hopefully we'll get in there and start cleaning it back up, but you never know, you know. Crazy weather in Kentucky.
About 30 people have been evacuated from their homes in Hardin County, with more expected flooding to come in West Point along the Ohio River soon.
Obviously, you know, there's going to have to be some cleanup, and that's just not here. That's all the way across the county.
People now going to hotels or family and friends' homes until the water comes down. Clary Shaley, WHAS 11 on your side.
Officials told us Carrollton City Hall is being used as an emergency operations center and will be closed to the public today. Emergency personnel are available to help move you and your pets. You just call the Carrollton Police at the number there on your screen. That's 502-732-6621. You can also find it in this story on our homepage. Frankfurt is now under a mandatory curfew due to the significant flooding of the Kentucky River. Residents are required to be off the roads from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. until further notice. This video from Buffalo Trace in Frankfurt shows just how high the water is. The distillery says the business is closed to visitors and employees and does not know the extent of the damage yet. The site will be closed until at least April 10th. The mayor of Frankfurt said it's only expected to get worse.
This is an uncharted event that we're going through right now. We hope that that's the case, but we can't take anything too lightly here. So there are areas of blue. We'll see water get into downtown. We'll see water get into South Frankfurt. As you can see, Bell Point is already flooded in some cases.
Governor Beshear has closed state offices today in the capital because of flooding that's limited the city's water supply. Emergency responders and essential workers are exempt from that mandatory curfew. And people living in Louisville can start dropping off their storm debris today. Free drop-off sites open at 2 this afternoon. There are 9 total locations, including Shawnee Park, Tom Sawyer Park, Highview, and Fern Creek Parks. Metro Public Works said only tree debris will be accepted. The drop-off sites will also be open on Saturday beginning at 8 a.m. And we have all of those sites listed right now on the WHAS 11 homepage, along with the school districts closed or making changes due to this flooding. That includes JCPS, which is on NTI today. You can also see the school closings and delays again at on WHAS11.com.